Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day out there, safe day. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Love is kind and just. When you're in love, a smile's always on your face. You feel good about yourself, and because you're happy, you are kind. Love is also just. When you make a mistake, you pay for it, that mistake, only once. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials down 129, NASDAQ off 56, S&P's off 21, gold contract down $8, trading at $1,253 an ounce. Silver, flat at $20.32 an ounce. Platinum, down $2.85 at $1,386 an ounce. Copper, up 2 pennies at $3.28 a pound. Light sweet crude down $1.10 at $97.41 a barrel. Bonds down 23 ticks at 129.17. King dollar off 64 ticks, trading out at 79.90. The euro is up 26 ticks at 137, and the yen down 43 at 102.42. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay. Downtown. We go downtown, all right. You're down 21 bucks. We're at 1782. You did 728 million shares. Bottom line, as 6 hours just basically took back to November 14th, folks. So what you have here is this. This is the first day, by the way, that the S&P had an expansion in volume. You're coming into the swing point of 1799. We hit the low out here today, 1779. The low was 1780.09. Now, when you come into a swing point, folks, you have an expansion of volume. I suspect what you're going to see tomorrow is you're going to jump the creek. There's a little tiny creek that's set up here. Realistically, if it closed at a higher price, what you would have saw is that, yeah, it could have turned around and opened at about the 1780. But what you have now is you have a situation, you're coming into that swing, more than likely you're going to see it jump it, and you're going to see the S&P basically open down 5-10 points tomorrow morning. Dow Industrials, we take a look at the Dow. What you have with the Dow Industrials is this. She also came down with some juice. You're at 129 down. You're going into the lowest swing point from December 4th. That lowest swing point is at 15,791. And the correlation inside that goes like this. If we take a look at where the force is today versus where we were on December 4th, what you're going to see is that just about the same amount of force, 730 today, 750 on the 4th. Okay, so how we come into that is going to be crucial, meaning when you're breaking a swing point, if it's going to get lower price, you're going to have an expansion of volume. NASDAQ. Now, NASDAQ Composite, the composite, folks, has been the strongest on the way up. The composite today, big volume, 1.9 billion shares. The composite absolutely broke the trend, and the trend that the NASDAQ actually broke today is pretty long, actually, because you can definitely make the case that we broke the trend line from October 9th. That gives you, we're at 4,003. That would give you a 3675. That's a big number, folks. There's no two ways about it. If we take a look at, we go to the ETF structures, this is what you have inside the ETF structures. The SPY, the SPY, we came down with 122 million shares. We're at 178. Your swing point is 178.35. We got to 178.50 with an expansion of volume. You know, slight expansion, but the bottom line, you get an expansion. I suspect what you're going to see with the SPY, that also is going to jump the creek. We look at the 3 Qs, and the same with the NDX 100. The NDX 100 hadn't budged. The NASDAQ Composite hadn't budged. They both budged today with an expansion of volume. So, NDX 100, we take a look at the NDX 100 by the 3 Qs first, and this is what you have inside the 3 Qs. Inside the 3 Qs, you're going to be right at the trend. The trend line hasn't broken yet in the NDX 100. Broken the composite, hasn't broken, but guess what? You're sitting right at it. We came down with 36 million shares. That's after making a high out here with 22 million. You're coming into the lowest swing point, at 37 million. So tomorrow it's going to go after that lowest swing point, which is the 84.78 area. Now, small caps, the small caps are leading the way down, folks. Russell 2000 out here, if we use the IWM, we did 42 million shares. We're at 109.60. That had already got back inside the range. That little baby's going to be making a run for 107.14. You did 42 million shares today. You broke the swing point. The swing point was 40 million, so there's your confirmation. You got A to B, C to D. You broke the swing. You broke with volume. You got a high volume low that's laying out there at 107.14. That, I suspect, wants to get hit. And, we're going to have some action here. So we have the end of this week, well, Thursday, Friday. We have all of next week, meaning before the Christmas holiday trading. It gives you plenty of time. It gives money managers plenty of time to basically move out of positions. I suspect what we have out here is that you have the Fed meeting next Wednesday and Thursday, Tuesday and Wednesday rather, and it looks to me like they want to sell out before the Fed meeting, before whatever type of news is out there. And it's possible that when the Fed meeting comes out, guess what? You get a bounce. We'll probably get down into that level and then get a bounce. Bond market. We take a look at the bond market. We have with the 30-year bond is this. 30-year bond today come back with 213,000 contracts. We are at 129, and at 129.17. So we closed, folks, at 129.16. At 129.17, we had 428,000 contracts. We only came back with 213. So what you have there is that you're pulling back with lighter volume. That is saying that bonds want to go higher. Now, there's divergence out here for sure. The divergence being today that bonds were going down with the market going down, and normally that's just a separate correlation, meaning if the market's going down, guess what? Bonds would be going up. We take a look at the the 10-year. So the 10-year note out here today, 10-year bond rather, she came back with 828,000 contracts. She is coming into 1 million contracts. We're at 124.16. The yield on the 10-year is running at 2.84 right now. Dollar index. Let's take a look at gold. Let's go over to gold. So gold out here, gold pulled back $12, $8 today. We did 109,000 contracts. So the 109,000 contracts. So check it out, folks. What do we have? Okay, so gold had been in this downtrend since August 28th. We go from a price point of 1433. You're going back. We came back last week. We tested the June lows. So we tested the June lows, did it in dramatically lighter volume. Went sideways for 3 or 4 days, took off topside yesterday. Wide price spread, accelerated volume, had it all in it. Today, guess what? You pull back with lighter volume. It's a nice setup, folks. The way gold is sitting out right here is that when we went topside even to the 1245, we had 175,000 contracts. You're pulling back with 100,000. That's saying gold's going to build some cause in order to get into higher price. King Dollar. We take a look at King Dollar. Now, King Dollar, what did she do out here? So, 29,000 contracts. We're trading out at 79.90. The volume characteristic works on it, okay? What's not working is that it just can't hold price just yet. So we'll see, how this whole baby shakes out. It looks like it's going to, drift all the way down to this 79.38. Now, what's going to be really wild, folks, and here's the divergence again, is that if the market's going down and the dollar's going down, that's normally just the opposite. Dollar going down, the market likes to go up. And let's go to our man Dave in Clearwater. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
Dollar's going up, Tom.
I know. It's so funny, man. When I was just going through there, I could see that you're on the line. I'm saying to myself, well, I know what it's going into, man. I'm with you. Listen, man, we'll see where it shakes out.
I'm sticking by my dollar prognostication earlier on Monday when we were talking. I saw it drifting down. I'm like, man, that thing's going down on vapor. I'm telling you. And the other thing, too, that makes me think it's going to happen is exactly what happened today in the bond market. Why would the market tank and there isn't a flight to safety to bonds unless the market was anticipating some kind of a taper announcement or the beginning of the end of the bond purchasing program by the Fed?
Yeah, you stay right there. After your natural gas trade, man, let me tell you something. You're gonna get your own show. You stay right there. We had the Dow Industrials finished down at 129. Nasdaq off 56. S&P's off 22. You stay right there, folks. Dave and I coming right back.